Hello, everybody. This is Parrish Alford with the Daily Journal. I'm joined this morning by T.J. Beam, former pitcher with the Ole Miss Baseball program. T.J., how are you, man?
It's good, Parrish. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
I'm glad you could come on. You know, I just saw you on Twitter, and I thought, you know, hey, we got a chance here to catch up with T.J. I know you played 2002 and 2003 with Ole Miss, and then came back in 2013 as a student assistant. Tell me a little bit, just, you know, what is T.J. Beam doing now? I know you had, I think, a 10-year professional career. I want to talk to you about that a little bit, but I think Arizona was your home state, and you're back there, correct?
Yeah, I'm back in Arizona. You know, I'm working for Major League Baseball Players Alumni Association. So that's everybody who has left the game itself. We take care of them. It's like our own little union. Doing some charity work, and then I'm also working as a consultant with American Express, business consultant. So I work with business owners on a daily basis, help them start their businesses.
Now, we were talking a little bit about technology off the air, and you mentioned that that your kids know more about it than you do, which to me, that's like the rite of passage to adulthood, when your kids exceed you in technology. Tell me a little bit about your family. How many kids do you have?
Yeah, well, I got a wife, obviously, and two kids, two little boys, Trey and Tucker. Trey's 7 years old and Tucker's 6. So I got my hand with that. But, they're great. That's one of the reasons why I relocated back to Arizona is my family. And we're just got stuff sweating it out right now.
I bet you are. Hey, let's before we get to your professional career, let's go back to 2002 and 2003. Ole Miss Baseball. I remember that 2002 season. That was my first on the beat. We changed beats that year, and I remember Ole Miss getting up to like top 5 in the country, and then really struggling at the finish and not making the SEC tournament, not making the NCAA tournament. But then you guys were able to make the Rice Regional in Houston the next year in 2003, and that really kind of helped set the program on its way a little bit. So what do you remember? What stands out for you in those 2 years at Ole Miss?
You know, we had a great team that first year, 2002. You know, we had it all together. We had, you know, Coach Bianco's, you know, second season, but his first recruiting class. That came in. You know, Coach McDonald was there, did a great job. We got some great new people, and it didn't take us long to click. But at the end of the season, we found out when we really struggled, we didn't have any leadership. We didn't have any, you know, we didn't know how to come together in hard times. And I think that's really what put us under. You know, Coach Bianco did everything he could to get us going, but we just couldn't figure it out. Obviously, everybody remembers the season where we go from 5th in the country to not making the tournament, and it was disappointed. So that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to come back after being drafted by the Phillies, because I knew we had potential to get, you know, to regional or even farther. So when I came back, you know, with guys like Matt Mossberg and Charlie Waite, and all the returning, and then I had Stephen Head and Fred Smith there. We really put it together. We got to that regional. Unfortunately, we got regional as the national champion. But you know, it was a great experience, and it really put Ole Miss on the map. You know, that 2003 team is what really got this thing all started.
Now, I remember a phone interview with T.J. Beam when he was back in Arizona, sitting by the pool, and you were telling me that you were going to come back for your senior season. Now, refresh me a little bit. I know you pitched a lot of innings and you became a starter in 2003, but were you a starter in 2002 or were you the bullpen in 2002?
No, in 2002, I actually came in, I was closing.
Yeah.
So I came in closing, and it was one of those times where it was like my second year ever really pitching. And Coach Bianco, we worked hard, and I kind of figured it out, and I started throwing really hard, and so they stuck me in the back of the bullpen. I really wanted to be a starter, and that was one of the things when I came back, because I wanted to work hard and be that starter, and I ended up being that Friday night guy.
2003, the Rice Regional, and then you go on and you have that professional career that you put on hold. Tell us about the next 10 years a little bit. The minor leagues, your major league opportunities. What was all that like?
It was kind of a whirlwind, really. I got drafted, like you said. I put it on hold. I came back here, drafted by the Phillies, and I said no. I wanted to go back to school. So that next year, I was drafted by the New York Yankees. And I went to spring training. I'm freshly married, and life was good. So I went to spring training and worked really hard. And I only spent a year and a half in the minor leagues. And then I found myself in the big leagues in 2006. And it was a 3-year big league career up and down over the next 12 years actually. But I never made it to lower than AAA. I was in AAA all the way up to 2011, but I just got tired of the traveling and stuff like that. So that's why I came back, and I had a family and I had different priorities. Being a guy that's gone up and down all year is not what I wanted for myself. So, but it was good. I mean, I played a whole year in Pittsburgh with the Pirates in 2008, up in the big leagues, up and down with the Blue Jays and the Diamondbacks.
What was it like to play for the Diamondbacks in your home state? Was that a pretty good experience?
Yeah, it's always nice to be in the same town as all your family. Of course, you got ticket requests and things like that. But other than that, it's great. I mean, I think anytime you play in the big leagues, you're doing something special. It's a small community, and nobody really gets to do that. You're doing what every little boy dreams of doing in their life. So I was very lucky to play as long as I did, and I was very lucky to play Ole Miss too.
What was your biggest big league memory? What stands out for you?
Well, there's a lot really, but one of the biggest ones was winning the American League East when I was with the Yankees. We won the American League East and we clinched it in Toronto in 2006. And that was pretty special. And then we lost to Justin Verlander and the Detroit Tigers in the first round. So I was like, man, I think I really make it. I'm going to win a World Series. It's great. And then we hit Justin Verlander. So.
Now, you came back and you were a student assistant with Ole Miss Baseball in 2013. That was the NC State Regional. I remember that in Raleigh. What was that season like after so many years away? What were your observations of Ole Miss baseball?
Well, it was very different. I knew I was going to retire from professional baseball, and I had called Coach Bianco, and he said, actually, Coach McDonald is the one that really kind of got the ball rolling on this Dan McDonald at Louisville. And I called Coach Dan McDonald. I said, I kind of want to get in the coaching that you suggest. And he said, well, I always have a student assistant. You have some classes, but I'm sure Coach Bianco would love to do it. So I had called Coach Bianco and I talked to him about it. And he said he'd been meaning to do that, So really, he said, well, if you're willing to do it on down. So I came down and worked with Coach Bianco as his first student assistant. And it was a work in progress. I was in school and everything, but that team was special. They had something I'd never seen before, and how close they were. They hung out together all the time on and off the field. Always were there working hard. Not the best talents in the world offensively, but they were willing to work and do whatever it took. And then for me, learning how to be a coach from Coach Lafferty and Coach Godwin and Coach Bianco was just something phenomenal. And on top of that, I had Stephen Head there too, so it was a good reunion there. So it was a good learning experience, and that team was going to go somewhere. I think we faced a little bit thing in the regional where it was kind of like we didn't know what to do. We expected to move on, and we expected to get to NC State and Carlos Rodon, who's now in the big leagues. And we just failed to win them and marry. We just didn't. I don't think we took them lightly, but I don't think we understood how good they were. And so we lost 2-0. But I really set the map for the next year when they went to the College World Series. Watching that from home was something special.
You mentioned kind of the special bond that that 2013 team had, and something that really struck me in going from 13 to 14 was that in 14, so many of those guys had like career years. I mean, Will Allen was like a 237 hitter in 2013. Sykes Orvis's power numbers were not nearly in 2013 what they would become in 2014. Austin Bousfield, as good as he was defensively in center field, his offensive numbers were fairly average in 2013. When you talk about chemistry and bond, how important a part does that play in making that big step onto Omaha the next year?
Well, I think it plays a big part. Those guys, they had a chance to really grow up over that summer, going into 14, but they all grew up together. Makes things a lot easier when people are there behind you, or you're talking about baseball all the time, talking about your skills, but you're also having fun. And it's nothing better than have fun with your best friends. Your 20, 31 best friends that you have in the locker room. So, I think it really helped. All those guys like Will, he was really a leader at heart. He really took that to heart the next year in 14. Everybody struggles. Everybody goes through things, but it's that maturity and that camaraderie that gets you through that.
TJ, how do you keep up with Ole Miss now? Obviously, social media is out there, but do you keep up with the Rebels very much these days in baseball and/or other sports?
Yeah, absolutely. I know the season's coming up here, football season, so I'll be ready to go. I've been trying to get back to go out to the Grove, but I've been super busy, so I haven't had a chance. But I promise I'll get back there. I watch everything, every single baseball game I listen to if I can, or at least check up on the score, reach out to Coach. Other players, Coach Lafferty or Coach Head, see how the things are going, and then as far as football goes, I still talk. I talk to Shepard Smith all the time on the phone, or sometimes we'll text back and forth. Of course, when you coming down, TJ? But we always keep up. My mom's a huge Ole Miss fan. She fell in love immediately when we went down there, and she still catches up. I got family friends that I go all the time. We Blue actually worked with a girl's mom who played softball last year, Jamie Morgan. So I'm always, it's nice to see some Rebel gear walking around the office every once in a while.
Well, tell me now, how did you get involved with Shepard Smith?
So in 2013, I had actually met him out there. And he had told me that I was his dad's favorite player. We just got to know each other and stuff. So we'll text each other every once in a while, talk. He's another famous, not another, but he is a famous alumni there. But it's a bond that almost creates a bond between students. It doesn't matter if you're in the spotlight or if you're not. You get that once you're screaming hotty toddy and level at heart, you find them everywhere and you seem to gravitate to them. So that's what's so nice about that. It really is a family.
TJ, good stuff, man. Thanks for being with us. Good luck. Maybe we'll run into you in the Grove.
Yep, absolutely, Parrish. Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot, TJ. We'll see you later.